Hey, it's crooked. Got it hanging on the lantern stand, but at least we can see. Let's see what happens. I do it from underneath. Uh-oh. We got one side burning. And one side ain't burning. To tell you the truth, I can't hear it. So this side's burning, let's cut it off. That way I can hear what's going on with this side. This thing's loud. Well, I think something's up with the generator. I'm gonna have to take another look at it because I don't hear nothing coming out this side. So, back to the drawing board. Man, you know I couldn't leave it like that. So I got the new generator out. One of these little things. And these generators are sort of wild. You've got to adjust that little screw on there for your tip. It's a little tricky. But let's try it and see what happens. I'm going to use the torch. Actually, you know what? I ain't going to either. I'm going to just use well, let's see what happens. torch. I wonder if it's the water still in valve 2. Ow. Man, it's just not running the way I want it to. I gave it my best for today. You know, I'll probably be out here monkeying with it tomorrow. So, I don't know. We'll see. Welcome to part 2 of the 2-burner military stove. Alright, what we're going to focus on in this video, this is part 2 because the other one's getting too long. And it's a learning experience, as you can see if you watched the first one. I'm learning too. But that's cool, that's what it's all about, we're learning. We're going to go back into this generator. And on these generators, I looked at some for like this type of stove, the single burners, and what I'm seeing on YouTube is they have the hook just like a lantern where you hook the generator and to the eccentric block and this and that. These are different, and I believe when you pull a generator, this is the old generator, and we're going to rework it too. We're going to try to save it, but this screw, how much get you in focus? Try to anyway. This nut that's on the generator, it needs to be all the way down, because if it's not, you're not going to get the needle action correct to cut the generator on and off. And this one is pretty much all the way up, or it's a good little ways up. And that's what I think I'm running into. I just put the new generator in on this. Actually, you know what? So let's take the generator out. Let's see if you can see. I'll try to put you at a different angle. So we're going to start by just unscrewing the top. You see, we learned something yesterday. We've unscrewed our top. It's all one piece. Now, Take a 9/16 wrench. And these generator nuts have the cup on them, on these two burners. It's all made one piece. Just, yeah, I'm loosening the valve. That valve's not tight enough, I don't believe. Let's see here. Our nut off. All right. See, it has a, it's like a mesh up in these, which, you know, shouldn't be that hard to deal with. Turn this up, centric block all the way to the top. And if you can see, there's, well, it's hard for you to see, but there's still some threading left. But, well, I'm just going to screw that on up. What I want to do is take a look at this other one. The old one. Screw it up a little bit so we got plenty. And now this is the tool that came with it. Let me turn you back around. I'm talking, you can't even see me. This is the tool that comes with the stove. Alright. This one here on the end, we're going to take the tip off. And we're just going to look down in here. If we can get the tip off. Man, this thing here, it was abused. That's for sure. Let me find my pliers. Be gentle with it. There it goes. Might as well just go ahead. It's coming. And just screw the tip right off of it. And instead of, I'm just trying to save a generator. I can see through it. What I want to do is I'm going to put a little carb cleaner through this thing with an open end. I mean, it's not like it's very tight in there. I think I can get away with using this if the tip ain't messed up. Now we're going to take there's a tip cleaner on this tool. So we're going to try to use the tip cleaner. Just make sure our tip's good and clean in there. You may run some horrible old gas through this thing. I mean, it stunk. Even when we fired it up, it stunk. Like, no good. I'm hoping we can save this generator. I have faith. It ran with this generator before. It ought to run with it again. Oh, and on a good note, bring you around here. Found my screw this morning. That's great. Let's see here. And these generators are so tough, you'd think. Let me go ahead and put this one back up for now. Alright. Now, here's the ticket. I have to turn this up on its side because the needle's already in here. And I want to see to put it into this, so I'm going to turn it up where I can get a good view of it. And get my light down here where I can see. Oh. Let's see here. Did I ever tell you it was rough getting old, having to get glasses, and just can't do it no more. Screw that generator nut back on. All right. Tighten it up. Put a burner cap back on. Screws on there. First thing we're going to do is make sure we have some pressure. "77 pumps ought to be enough." Now, let me see here. Turn it on. Oh, and now that's looking better. So what we're going to do, we're going to fire it up right here. Pull it out a little bit. Lost you. I was moving the phone around and lost you. So let's see what we can do here. About halfway. didn't know. Fuel in here. I wonder if that pickup's messed up in that one. Let's try this one. Whoa. Oh. Now that's running great. And that's with the old generator. I just took it out, reset the needle, and cleaned it a little bit. But this one ain't firing now, and that makes me think that it's that fuel pickup, which is a whole nother ballgame, but I can fix it. I'm pretty sure I can fix it if that's the problem. It was getting fuel a minute ago. Let's just give this a minute. That's a win on this side for sure. I'm going to kill the video right here for a minute. And I was getting fuel out of this. I don't know why this side ain't firing. I'm going to take the generator off this side. You see how to take them off. So I'm going to take it off this side. And we're going to get both of these firing the way they should. Alright. Burner number 1 was not working. So I have pulled the valve back out. And if you watched part 1, I told you that I monkeyed up the valve. Here's the valve. And when I turn it, it's not letting no fuel. And what I did is I pulled this stem out. So let's take it apart and look at it. And let's see what we can do to fix it. If I can. I'm hoping I can. It was a totally rookie mistake. I just wasn't paying attention. Yep. See? And now our stuff's up in there again. So let's see here. We got her out to the edge here. Let's see. Great tools. See if I can get a hold of the spring here. Spring's coming out. So if the bottom will come out. Yep, the bottom fell right out. All right. So see, this has to go into this. Like so. And you'd think I'd just be able to crimp it on. You know what? I was thinking about finding another old valve assembly around here and just robbing it, and if the stem was too long, cutting it off. But I'm going to put this piece, I've got it back in there, I'm going to put this piece in the vise and see if I can just mash it where it'll hold. Let's try that real quick. I'm going to put you right here. Turn you through the vise. So let's see what we can do right here. I cannot believe I did this yesterday. All right, might be too much, but buddy, she's on there. That might have been too much. Oh, no good. So, yet again, I've dropped a piece in the floor. There it is. So now we need a little luck. We need a lot of luck. We need a whole lot of luck. Oh yeah, we need a lot of luck. That's nowhere, that's way too big. I didn't realize I still had you turned around. Some solder might work. I don't know, I'm gonna have to think this through while I still got this piece somewhat intact. JB Weld, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna dip the tip in JB Weld and put it back up in here and pray for the best. I'll be back. Quick back to you. I've took the piece and I put a dab of JB Weld on it, so we're gonna let it sit. And I'm hoping this will work. This piece, let's see, right here, is small, a lot smaller than a lantern, a 220 or something. I don't have another piece. I think this will work. It's just a fuel pickup tube stem. That JB Weld ought to hold it, let it get, but the key is to let it get good and dry. So it'll be a little bit. I'll be back and we'll see what happens. All right, we're back. It's been 6 hours. Tomorrow will be better, but it's been 6 hours. Can you see it? I'm gonna see if it's in focus. Since we put the JB Weld on it. Now I hope our spring will fit over it okay. Let's check it out. I hadn't tried nothing. So far so good. We're going to try it while it's out. See if it works. You can see it coming through the bottom there. See the nipple coming through the bottom? Now, so when we open our valve, it does not work. Ain't moving it at all. Now that's just weird. You know what? I'm going to grind just a little bit of this tip off. It may not be up in here far enough, and that way it's just hanging out too far. I'll be right back. All right. I think we got it working. See it sticking out? Now we turn it, and it goes in. We turn it back, and it's coming out right there. So, there was something else. I ended up having to sand bees and grind away the rough edges where I'd crimped it because it was catching. And if anyway, it wasn't flowing back and forth good. But now, maybe I've got the burrs off of it, and we'll be all right. We hope. I'm just gonna go ahead and leave it in there. And I'm trying something else since I'm messing. I am trying to save parts, as you know. But I got in to the valve and took a look at the packing, and there was I think somebody's put packing tape and just put way too much. And maybe I'm wrong, but what I'm gonna do is I took and scraped just a little bit of it out, which is something I would not normally do, but the valve's turning better, and I'm going to try and see if it won't leak. I'm going to try. If it leaks, hey, I'll just pull it off, put a new packing in, and be done with it. You know? Put our nut on. I mean, it is what it is. I'm just trying to save parts. And if I can, I mean, if something works, it works. And if it don't, well, we'll just go from there. But the valve, since I dug some of that stuff out, just right along the edge, is turning better. So, you know, we're going to try it. we're gonna try it. I'm gonna go ahead and put this back together so this video don't turn into some crazy long thing, and we'll see if it works. All right, man. We got her put back together. Good news. Oh, whoa! Scared me to death as soon as I turned the valve. Hang on a minute. That was crazy. As soon as I touched the valve, man, boom. The way this thing's been going. But anyway, everything seemed to be working right. Now that's not feeling good. Check something real quick. You know, I ain't gonna play around with it. So look, I think the needle may be a little cocked. This thing has just been something. I wasn't expecting to get into all of this whenever I started messing with it. That's the way it goes. You know what? Let's turn it up on its side. Let me lay my parts where they won't throw everywhere. And get here where I can see good. Way things been going for me on this. Just take that extra time. Get here where I can get a good light on it. Well, that's on there. What a ride this thing's been. Been determined. You know, one thing for sure, when you go working on old lanterns and stoves and stuff, there's two things: determination and love. You gotta love it. And I really dig this thing, and I want it to run good. Let's see if this thing turns good now. Yeah, see, when I was making the top, I wished I could see better, and that needle's so tiny. That's up, and that's down. Okay. That needle is so tiny. Alright. There's just see what it does here in a minute. Oh yeah, she's misting. So, you know what we're going to do? We're going to do it. This is what we've been waiting on. And we're going to fire it up. There's a little fire right there. Try to bring it in easy. Oh man, don't tell me it broke again. There it goes. Make sure we got some good pumps in here. I wonder if the generator might need a little work, because it's obviously getting fuel. I believe the generator is maybe a little funky. It's definitely picking up fuel. But when I was getting it started, I was having to turn the needle back and forth, work it. So something might be a little funky with the generator. Let's try this side. Take out my light. Definitely tell a difference. Can definitely tell a difference. See that one? Look at this one. Big difference. But we're on the right trail. And I do believe now, because it's getting fuel up, I believe the generator, you know, it just, something, it just don't like something. This one's doing the same way. We monkeyed with the generator and we got it rolling. That's what we want on both sides. You know, we're going to call this the end. I've cleaned it up. Looks a lot better. I'll get to the bottom of this. You know, it's just down to the generator now. But it's running. And everything will be alright. But I wished it was running better. But this is turning into way too long of a video. I did have cleaned my top down here, and I've got my windscreen. I cleaned it up good. But hey man, I appreciate everybody, and wish this video come out better. But you know, man, this is the real. This ain't, you know, this is the way it happens. You buy something, you get something, and this is the kind of stuff that you got to go through sometimes, you know, to get to where you want to be. It's not just, hey, fixed. You know, just got to put a little love in it. I appreciate you. I couldn't take it. I took the generator back out real quick, and then let me show you. Now we're running a lot better. Thing was pretty beat up. Yeah, let me get back a little bit. So, I still think this flame's a little better, but I believe all it is really the generator. See if we can block. Yeah, see, I got strong on that one side, and this one's like real even looking compared to that. But all I did was monkey with the generator. So the generator, you know, it may be a little waxed, but I'm gonna call it anyway. I don't feel as bad now. We fixed just a lot of craziness went on with this stove, man. It was a learning experience, but it's running. I'm gonna call it a runner. And hey, man, I appreciate you for watching.